Welcome back, the old two-stroker YouTube channel. My name's Wayne, and today we're working on junk. So what we got going on today is we got this 12V92 2-cycle electronic Detroit. And so this is, by electronic I mean instead of the mechanical unit injection that you guys are used to, this has electronic unit injectors. They're still fired by the camshaft. GoPro died. Shocking. Anyway, so like I was saying, they are electronically controlled by the two ECMs mounted on up here on the top of the engine. Now these, so what you're looking at here is the bottom ECM, which is the slave. You can tell it's mounted upside down, and this is the master. So normally, like in an 8V92, you'd only have one ECM, but there is a maximum of 8 injector drivers in an ECM. And how many injector drivers? There's either 6 or there's 8, and that is dependent upon the part number on the ECM. So the V block engines, anything bigger than an 8, that is a, so in the 92 series, this is actually two 6V92s bolted together, which is why it has this goofy exhaust manifold setup here, and you can tell it's separate valve covers. So the 12V71 was the only single block V12 they ever made. This is a 12V92. It has 2 blocks, essentially, 4 heads. There's 4 heads and 2 ECMs. So anything that was dual block had 2 ECMs once they started going electronic. And the story I got with this was they were scrapping out the truck. It was no longer used, but it was a good running engine. And I think we're gonna get to test that. We got some serious wiring to do here. They torched absolutely everything. We'll go to the other side. The other side is where the ECM harness is, as far as power and ground. So this is that, and it runs. You can see I got it disconnected here. We're going to do some connector discovery together. This is your power connector to the ECM, and then there's power and grounds that run through here. And there's 2 of them, of course, and they're spliced into this harness here. They both run into this harness and then go down here. And this was all torched off. I cut it off. You can see it's all torched the end. I cut the insulation off of it and everything, but it looked like this one basically. They were cutting stuff here, and you got no time for removing bolts and stuff. Try to remind me to put a filter on this before I try to start it, would you? Because that's probably not good for anything. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect to these ECMs, make sure they power up, make sure I can communicate with them, which means we've got to get power to them, which is going to be this harness here. And then we need to dissect our vehicle interface harness, which is this big old girl right here. And they weren't super kind to this one either, but that's okay. We can handle that. So we got to get into this. Luckily I have this stub here, because this stub is what is going to allow us to do this easily, because I could just cut these wires back shorter, find out what pin they are in the big harness, and we'll use some wire ties and some real hackery here, just you know, obviously to get this thing running, and then go from there. And then it's the usual, fellas. We got to do fuel, which this is the returns. The inlet is here on the filter. All we got to do is put a fitting in, and we got to put turbos on it yet. But I've opted to do that. We're going to do that after we get this harness, just because it's a lot easier to access this stuff without a turbo in this area. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, this valve cover is like loose. Oh, sick. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about with as far as electronic injectors goes. Hopefully I don't find any drop valves in here, because that's going to really end this video real quick. While I'm doing this, take a minute to thank you guys, everybody that responded. You guys responded so well to that brochure giveaway. I'm blown away by that. We got rid of those way faster than I ever thought we would. So thank every one of you for buying something from the website. That was great. I'm going to try to round up some more shit around here that we can give right back to you. Because that works so well. I was pumped about that, so thank you very much. Don't do that to me. Don't do it. There's no reason to take an alternator off. So we just loosened the 3 bolts, rolled the alternator back. Oh yeah. Nice friggin' black oil, eh? God, has that ever been changed? So anyway, what we're doing in here is you can see the injector looks a little different than you're used to. There is no rack. It's been deleted. And they're electronically controlled here by the top. These solenoids up here on the top. Boy, they are just filthy. It will tell you. It does give you a part number. Well, it gives you the last few digits of a part number on them. Yeah. So these are going to be, I don't know if you guys can see that yet. Can't tell if it's showing up, but this is 915, so it's a 4915 is the last 4 on those. But that tells you, the 4915 will tell you what, around about, give you an idea about how much fuel they flow. They're small. This is a low horsepower engine. I say low horsepower, that's obviously a relative term. All right, well, we didn't see anything catastrophic under there. It smells old, but it's not, doesn't smell burnt. And more importantly, it's not milky, so very good. I'm not going to bother pulling the rest of them. I don't care. I'm going to get back to working on this harness, cut it up. Cut these ends off, get some clean ends that I can communicate with and get some continuity to, and so we'll go from there. So I'll bring you back. My job just got infinitely easier. I thought I was gonna have to pin all these connectors out and like try to figure out what was what, but if you look, I don't know if you can see it, boys, but the wires are all totally labeled. So this is labeled 440 battery. My ignition is this nice orange one here, 439. Hi, Jimmy. So helpful. What are you doing? Hey, special ed. What are you doing? Nah, you get out of there. You crazy nut. DDEC in ECM has up to 3 different ratings in it, horsepower ratings. So what we can do is I can go in the computer and we can reprogram it. So that, let's say rate 1, you put it on a switch you ground on the dash. Rate 1 is like 800 horsepower. Rate 2 is like 10,000 horsepower. And then rate 0, which is your normal rate, is like your normal everyday, whatever. You can put that, whatever. You know, in this case, this will be 625 for this one. So these ECMs will take 12 or 24. And they figured out themselves. You don't have to do anything different. You just put 12 or 24 volts to them, and they won't fail spectacularly. It's obviously 24 volt unit. We got 24 volt alternator and a 24 volt starter. Well, all right, fellas, it's a little bit darker than it was prior. Progress has been made. We are connected up. Don't look pretty, but it ain't here for that.
Oh, jeez, God.
Ignore the speaker wire. That's for horsepower. Stop engine and check engine. We use cab lights around here because that's what we do.
The snap of a few sparks, a quick whiff of ozone, and the lamp blazed forth in unparalleled glory.
Check this out. This old girl's got some runtime on her. Gotta drink some freaking beer. I'm doing this here dumb shit. I don't know if you can make that out or not. I can't tell on this tiny ass display. But that is 15,833 hours. Total, cumulative. Idle hours. 7494.2. It's used 15,000 gallons of fuel at idle. For a total of 139,316 gallons.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's your rating. We are 625 at 210. And your others there is rating 1 and rating 2 or vice versa. Let's see, accelerator pedal position. You guys tell me if this works here. Oh yeah.
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius!
She's gonna be a ripper, fellas. Oil temperatures reporting 55, coolant 51, air inlet 104. That ain't right. So it looks like our air inlet temperature is the only one that's out to lunch. And I don't even know where that is. I'll have to look at that. But it's about 50 degrees out here, I would say. So that's really not that far off. Let's see what the code is. Coolant level sensor, yeah, you don't need that where we're going. There's more than one code.
No shit.
Yeah, ECM battery voltage low. Engine overspeed. Lots of injector codes. Basically, there's a code in here for everything. Alright, boys, well, after examining those codes a little more closely last night, looks like, you know, a couple overspeeds to 3,200 RPM. Overheats a bunch of times. But anyway, I figured it was in our best interest to give this thing a whirl. Before we went any farther and wasted any more time, then I can delete all this footage. Alright, that's 360, good enough for me. Let's get moving on with the fun part, shall we? I had to go round up some stuff and try to get some fittings and whatnot for the cooling on the top here. Mostly this, I gotta find a way to block that off. And then we're gonna try and flip this around to just connect into that. And that should do it on the cooling side of stuff. Alright, well, here's where we got. This is a small update for you. We are hooked up over here. So that'll hold water. Bunch of messing around and to move a bunch of brackets and clamps and shit. That was harder than it was supposed to be. But it's really not supposed to go there. So then I found this port here, just hanging out open. Oil pressure. So hooked up the gauge there because it had a busted off line. So I figured might as well just hook the gauge to it rather than plug it and see what we actually have for oil pressure. And then that got me thinking about oil, so you know how I am, fellas. I wanted to do the usual here and see what comes out of the pan, if there's any coolant in it or whatever. So we'll do this together here, see what we get. That's not oil. That is, though. Let me go dump this. I'm not overly concerned about a little bit of water, because it could be just moisture. I mean, the climate change between where this thing came from and here is wild. So that is oil. So let me go dump this. I'll take a look at it and see what we get. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Alright, fellas. From what I could tell, that was definitely not coolant. Looked like clear water. So, yeah, that's a good thing. What I wanted, though, is just take another sample here because there's a chance that whatever we got out of here was only from this little bit of valve. So, I just want to get another pour out of it. I'm hoping that doesn't bite me in the ass, but... Alright, so what I did with that, you saw a little bit of, like, looked like almost chunk come out of it. And that's kind of what happens when there's a little bit of water down the bottom, is it kind of coagulates. But the good news is I poured it out. There's no metal in it. I poured it out like through my hand when I was pouring out in the drain pan. There's no metal in it. God, I hate this fucking wrench. Junk. And you know, when that water hit my hand, it kind of separated out of the oil. And crystal clear. Crystal clear. I tasted it. No bitters at all, so it ain't coolant. Wanna watch me ride the struggle bus? I know you do. Oh. Holy hell. That fits way better than I figured it would. Should be able to loosen these and clock the housings too. That just might work.
No.
Well, boys, we've wasted at least half the day today and gotten absolutely nowhere.
He's going fucking nowhere.
This turbo is not going to go on here without that being... It hits that turbine housing before it will bolt up. You can see how far over it wants to be. And it doesn't matter which way I rotate this, clock this in the turbine housing, I just can't make it any better. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stuff some change in between. See if I can get you guys at home where you can see this thing. Fucking dime doesn't fit either, son of a bitch. I'll cut up a soda can or something. Something's going in there in between those so it's not just bleeding oil everywhere. I'm done with this project. I don't want to hear about Anheuser-Busch today. If you guys want to cry about something else. These fucking things were gay to begin with. All you did was bust my balls anyway. I don't want to hear it. I'm drinking a beer I want to drink. Not in the mood. Camera shenanigans. Perfect. What could possibly go wrong? Shit, I gotta get that out of there so I can make another one. Idiot.
But we have people that are stupid.
So for the 8th time that you guys have missed this, you want to see me smash a GoPro? It's gonna happen today. Here's the problem. That thing is the problem. We got no cheech. Here, boys. Gotta tighten that, but we got one off the old race truck starter. Come on, you freaking walnut. Captain Walnut here wants to play with a stick. He's the best at not knowing when you're busy. There we go. That's what I want to see. Alright, fellas. I don't know what this thing's gonna do, but we're gonna see. We're plugged in on the Nexic. What do we got here? Give her some power. There's probably a ton of codes. Why did my data link fail now? Check engine short to battery. Huh. Maybe because that's on 24 volts and it doesn't like it. Because that shit didn't do that yesterday. Well, here's what we can do. I think we can run, we'll just run the ECM. Run the ECM off the 12 volt side, I think. All right, fellas, we are connected on 12 volts this time. So we're computer on 12 volts, what do you call it, on 24. I think what's going on is this is an LED, which is the stop engine light, and it was essentially shorting that out and taking down communications on 24 volts. So we're gonna try it on 12. I mean, obviously the starter's on 24. See what we get here. Let me bring up the normal instrumentation. See if it does anything. Not really. Engine speed 0, pulse width. Okay, that's what I want. See if it picks anything up. It does, so that's good. I guess we'll get these batteries on a charger. Oh boy. Because I think my voltage is very, very low. Alright, fellas. Wow, was it going the whole time? No, this thing is just junk. Get the chargers on it. I took that opportunity. It's been probably 5-10 minutes. I took that opportunity to fill that funnel full of fuel, stuffed it in the inlet. So I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna do here, but go in. This is serious business, pal. Ain't no horsing around over here today. I don't know what she's gonna do here, fellas. I'm not expecting a whole lot. Got communication, that's good. on boost. Nothing really there. We did get smoke though. That's a good sign. No, we're killing ECM again. I ain't gonna go with 2 batteries, I'll tell you what. We're gonna need more batteries. I can't believe that only gives you like 2 seconds of crank time. Batteries are garbage, man. Here. You freaking walnut. Give me that. Give me that. You ready? You're freaking Jacob, you freaking opportunist. You been drinking Bud Light? Let's go. Come on. Come on. No. You're an idiot. Unburdened by genius. Both of you. At least there's always something to do around here when none of the batteries are charged. Junk! Fuel line hooked back up, and it is in the bucket. We made a mess. That doesn't even seem like us. No way that was us. Yeah, so see what that does, and then go in. I guess we'll give her a crank and a spritz. Here we go. Pray for us. Ha! Got her, baby! She's a runner, fellas. I didn't think it was gonna go some bitch went. Got great oil pressure too. Some bitch had like 50, 60 pounds. Shoo, buddy. All right. Oh yeah, that bank's definitely working. I can't tell on this bank, to be honest with you. It's friggin'. That one's really working. That one's hot. This bank's dead cold. At least it's not warm. Maybe we got something going on there. ECM or something. Like injector wise, I mean. Yeah. Same with this one. There's like nothing over here. Oh wow, and that is like not at all firing. That's dead cold. Huh. What's the deal with that? I wonder. It seems a little weird. What do we get for codes? Data link failure. Almost, it's weird. Only one half of that rear is running and the... Huh. Pretty wild. I need to see... I was gonna say, how the hell are you gonna tell me exhaust temps? You don't have any exhaust temperature sensors. Engine speed, turbo shaft speed, you're not gonna see that. I see the problem. So here's what we got. I noticed some air coming steady out of here, and I'm missing some bolts in the airbox covers, like a lot of them. So I want to say it's just pushing the air out of those instead of combusting. Because those cylinders are dead. Right here, there's nothing going on with these. Nothing. So, I think that's some of our problem. I'm gonna see if I can round up some bolts and stuff them in there and bring it back. I just want to see if this wakes this side up or not. It ought to start way easier if it does. I got nothing. Dead cold on them, all three of them. They got nothing going on. Maybe tomorrow what we'll do is maybe we'll pull that valve cover and see if there's anything going on with it. But that's it for today. I'm tired. All right, fellas. Next day. We got water in it. It's right full of water. Bleeding out of the water pump weep hole. And oh boy. All right. Looked at the oil. It's not in the pan, or at least none came out of the pan when I just checked it, so that's good. See if we can get it to go today. I got the faith, boys. Missing real hard right there. It's not any better. That whole bank is definitely dead. Definitely dead. Socket. What do you think, boys? Breakfast beer? It's Earth Day. Cheers. Friggin' love breakfast beer. I need my extension. I don't know where that is. Shit's a mess around here, fellas. I don't know if you noticed. I've been going non-stop. Put that in a safe place. What do you think we'll find, fellas? Anything cool? Probably not. I'm with you. Who's the f***hole designed that? Listen. Nobody cares. Don't see any drunk valves. Jeez, I thought that'd look worse than it does. Oops. Put that anywhere, dude. Yeah, it's just a little dirt. Ain't gonna hurt this pile. Ah! See that? That'll do it. Stock injectors. It's a first for me, fellas. I've never seen a DDEC injector stick. Just goes to show you, it can happen. As well, I got this one freed up. Just pulled them lines and freed it up, but it was stuck all the way at the bottom, and then the way it popped back up, it's like totally free at the top. It's not like your typical sticky injector from sitting. So I'm wondering if that injector is actually bad. So what we're gonna do is crank this sumbitch. ECMs are off. And actually, just doing that freed this one up too. That's wild. Or it's the rocker's just on it. Seems alright though. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. Probably not on this channel, but we don't have a whole lot of DDECs. I mean, I have a couple, but you don't get to see them often. Hopefully this is in view. If it's not, tough shit, I guess. Where the f did that O-ring just go? There's O-rings that seal on here. They don't have the taper like the other ones. No, I think that's the O-ring right there. Yeah, it makes sense. That injector could be bad still. We haven't ruled that out, just FYI. All we did was free it up. It could still be absolute scrap metal. We won't know till a little later on. Would get it to run again and get fuel into it and see what it does. It might where's my goddamn small screwdriver? This shop is a disaster. Whose idea was this? We gotta clean the shop today. I just really wanted to try to get a video for you guys because I haven't had much content lately, and I feel bad about that. I wonder how many injectors are actually stuck on this thing. I didn't really check. That one valve cover was off. That was it. It could be way more than what we got here. Let's get. The O-rings are on there pretty good unless they're bad, so you ain't got to worry about them. Like, is that double O-ring? No. You ain't got to worry about them like just falling off randomly though. They're pretty tight on there. Yeah. That's two. These water manifolds are handy. I'm not used to them.
You going live?
All right, fellas. Neighbor kid come over.
I'm here.
We got her all buttoned up. There was another stock injector here and another one over there. We're gonna have to give her a spritz, I think. Give me a spritz. You ruined it with ether.
Phony for the eggs anyway. However that works.
No, I do not want you to spray, Peg. The problem is the injectors all bled back when I had them open, when I had the system open, so now I gotta reprime it. dude. That runs way better than it did, I'll tell you what. Way better than it did. Oh, yeah.
Mosquito repellent.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally, dude. Well, it's Earth Day. So.
Oh, it is Earth Day?
Yeah.
Is that why you got it running today?
No, it just worked out that way, but it's perfect. I'm always doing some dumb shit on Earth Day. It's bleeding like a stuck pig.
Oh, yeah.
What a sweetheart.
Hey,
Oh boy.
How's it feel? Is it warm?
Yeah, it's a warm bath water. It's more along the lines of hot, but it's not hot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, warm. Mid-hot.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it got a little bit of air in it because that goddamn air compressor's higher up than everything else. So when it bleeds out of here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's full. But the heads are covered in water, which is all that matters. I mean, it ain't gonna burn it up. Yeah. Sick, dude. That's a ripper. Alright, fellas, that's gonna do it for me and this pile of junk. Hopefully y'all had a good Earth Day, made some smoke somewhere, and you know, did a sweet burnout or something for old Greta.
This is all wrong.
Nothing makes me happier. Appreciate all y'all keep me afloat on the website. It's very helpful. If you want a t-shirt or a hoodie or something, still got a couple left. There's not many. Pretty much you guys bought them all, but there's some. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. I think the next time we'll drag the other V12 out of the shed, fire it up. I've never heard that one run, so it'll be as much of a mystery as this one. Hopefully it'll go a little smoother. And yeah, he's a runner. Bleeds like a stuck pig, but it ran pretty good actually once we unstuck the injectors. I ain't mad at it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
I'll be back.